No, there we go. Got it. All right, thanks.
Hello. And we're going.
Technical
Technical difficulties. The game has already started.
Sorry, folks. We'll run you quickly through the rosters for this Division 1 qualifier round between Perth Roller Derby League and Northern Brisbane Rollers from Brisbane. Hello, everyone tuning in. My name's Rexy.
And I'm Dancing Queen. Let's start with Northern Brisbane Rollers. We have number 0, Danger Mouch, 07, Carly Lucas, 089, Heartless Hussy, 18, Ginger Paws, number 2, Bloody Laces, 26, 268 Crush and Kick is not skating today. She had her appendix out last week, but she's here cheering the team on. Go, hey, Crushy. 313 is Red Hot Riot. 360 Britney Spear Tackle. 40 XL. 480 Indigo Fury. 7 Marilyn Monroe. 74 Elizabeth Helmy. 78 Nabomb and 789 Strung Out Seamstress.
And for Perth Roller Derby League, all the way from Perth, Sylvia Nitrate, Wheels McCoy, Johnston, Fatality, Ophelia Terra, Altia, Lieb, Carnivore, Stillwater, Storm, Peacock, Holy Smackerel, Valentine, Prescription Mint, Wood, and Thorson. Yes, and welcome to Slow Overdressed Pete and Barbie on the bench.
No, Slow Overdressed Pete is over there. There's the cheering, the cheerers.
That's
yeah,
right.
on the bench for Perth is actually Raw and Stacked.
Yeah.
And on the bench for NBR is Raspberry Bullet and Candy Pain.
Fantastic.
That's everyone.
That is everyone.
It is.
Lead to Perth Roller Derby and a solid start for number 4, that was Valentine. And a solid start, 29 points to Perth initially.
Yeah, great first jam for Perth.
Absolutely solid work. So, yes, this is a qualifying round for Division 1.
It is. So Perth played Varsity yesterday morning, beat them quite sound. NBR played Varsity yesterday afternoon, a very close game, which Varsity took in the last few minutes.
Absolutely. Very close game. And
absolutely.
Very, lots of emotion.
It was, yes.
So that was great. And we don't actually have a sight of the jammers just initially, but
I can see for NBR it's Nabomb, just working away on the outside.
1-1-1-1. That's Johnston jamming for Perth, and spies in his line, jumps around, narrowly avoiding Carly Lucas.
Laces number 2 for NBR on her way to the bin for a 4. While Nabomb, the jammer for NBR, still trying to get through Perth's very strong defence.
Huge hit on Carly Lucas means that Johnson able to make an avenue for herself, obtaining another 5 in the sky, lapping Nabomb,
who is struggling there, being forced to yield.
Absolutely. Big hit from Wheels McCoy, I believe. Yeah, very much in the incorrect direction. So being assessed to her. And it was a star stash from Nabomb. Means that she's clear on initial pass now. Bloody Laces returning to the track and called off just in time by Johnson.
Yep, just as Nabomb gets there to score, she calls it off. So 4 points for Perth, nothing for that one for NBR.
19 being the jam total, bringing Perth's score up to 48 points, and Northern Brisbane Rollers yet to eat their morning donut. Zilch.
Now, I'm trying to see who that is on the jammer line, because where we're positioned, it's sort of hard to see through all the blockers and the black and white stripes of the zebras.
And the referee crew, who do a fantastic job, but they're always somewhat just correctly positioned.
They are
correctly positioned based on their own jobs, but it looks like Valentine jamming for Perth Roller Derby.
And nice.
Side. Beautiful work there.
Yeah, absolutely. Anti-Chrysler jamming for NBR, struggling to get through.
A big hit from number 25, Lieb. Good work there. Win a 3-wall between Ginger Snaps and not Carly Lucas.
That's Indigo Fury and Beastie, Britney Spear Tackle.
Nice.
Footwork on the outside there by Valentine. Anti-Chrysler for NBR coming around on her scoring pass.
And
picks up a few points, I think.
Absolutely, just the tail end. They managed to capture Wheels McCoy.
Yes.
So 2 points.
NBR on the board.
Ghost point as well as Wheels. Holy smackerel. Jeez. Sorry, Perth folks. I always get those two mixed up, not gonna lie.
I'm not surprised. They're both great
They're
hitters.
amazing.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Perth are very, very strong in defence.
I've played against Perth a few times, and they are honestly. You see them on the line as blockers. It's terrifying. It's but that is 1-1.
It's fatality. Yep.
Coming through for Lee Jammer.
Elizabeth Helmy is through for NBR.
But solid free wall with a dangle on the back. Carly Lucas managing to hold on to fatality and
allowing Elizabeth Helmy to sneak through the inside there.
Absolutely. She's lapped, not just about half a lap in front. Fatality, I think, choosing to run the clock to get her blockers out of the bin. Hopefully she... Yep, no, they're continuing on their merry way. I think they're aiming to get blockers out of it. Wheels McCoy now heading to...
Yeah, they've got two blockers in the bin.
Penalty box. So running the clock, they've got the point stiff to kind of work with, because this is based on win rather than point stiff.
It is, that's right.
Game. So they've got the points at the moment, but they're bleeding blockers. That's 88. Dawson heading to the penalty box for Perth. Fatality looks to her bench coach and continues on her merry way. Keep going, keep skating around.
Peacock putting on a big hit on Elizabeth Helmy on that round, but Elizabeth keeps going with that big grin on her face. That is her trademark.
Absolutely. Wheels McCoy, big offensive hit, trying to make it easy for Fatality to make her way through. Defensively needing to slow down a bit and able to mean that the Fatality can come around again. And Wheels McCoy and Peacock working fantastically at the front there.
Absolutely.
Capturing...
Holding Helmy back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allowing Fatality through to score the points and call it off. Nice work.
So, absolutely paid off. I mean, it was a bit of a gamble from Fatality and from bench coach Stacks from Perth. But absolutely, they won the jam there, 21 points to 15, 73 now for Perth Roller Derby and 18 for NBR.
We have an official timeout.
Some track repairs on the track.
Head ref over there conferring with the NBR bench as well. Perth taking this opportunity to just regroup, talk about strategy.
That's it. I think, so... But then I think official time, official time.
It is official, yep. Yeah. Quick opportunity to shout out to a sponsor.
Absolutely. We'd like to thank Nikki Wallace Design. Nikki Wallace made the website for the Great Southern Slam. She did, and it's beautiful. So you can go to www.thegreatsouthern.slam.com. I think there's a .au at the end, but failing that, Google will let you know more than likely. And it's design and great looking website. And timeout looks to be almost over.
Skaters are hoping so. They're all lined up, ready to go. Also, shout out to Cove Print, who had done our banners and flyers this year. Thank you for all our printing. And PhysioFit, the Adelaide's official physio providers. And Hayes Chocolates, my favourite.
Pretty fancy having your own physio.
They need it with all that singing and dancing they do, let alone the dirt.
And considering all of the organisation that goes into the Great Southern Slam as well, that's a lot of effort and energy that the Adelaide's go into every 2 years. But they do it absolutely, they do it fantastically. I mean, they arrange for us to be here boutcasting for you back home so that you can sit in your pyjamas and drink your morning coffee.
Or your onesies, like we are?
Well, we are in our onesies, and I have had my morning coffee. My phone told me, I didn't know this, but I had an app on my phone that told me that I was an average Sunday.
So
I was like, oh, great. So I'm lazy every other Sunday, except for this one where I'm running between bouts and talking about Derby all day. It's fantastic.
I must admit, the last 2 days, my Fitbit has told me I've done more than I normally do.
Yeah.
And that's just from watching and commentating, not even skating.
Imagine how much skating, not only the skaters playing actually do, but also the NSOs
And the refs.
walking around and refs.
Especially the outside pack refs. They skate even more.
Some of these fast-paced. I come from, VRDL land where everything is slightly slowed down, slower pace. We like to be a bit more calm, cool, collected, and then all of a sudden you're watching all these games going, oh, everyone's going so fast, slow down. Why are you skating so fast? But it's good endurance.
It is.
And they're fit and athletic.
And we're ready to go. 5 seconds call.
That's it.
For NBR, we have Red Hot Riot on the line. And is that Joe for Perth?
Quite see numbers just yet.
There she is. No, it's 1408. It's Ophelia Terra. Great name.
Yep. And a cutting the track penalty being assessed to NBR now, meaning Ophelia Terra can make her way around unopposed. Carly Lucas returning from the penalty box. Easy pass with only 2 blockers remaining. And Goat Party at the back. Meanwhile, Ginger on the outside lane waiting to be. And Perth drawing the pack back, making those blockers out of play.
Faye's forced to yield on the outside by NBR's blockers though, so rather than escaping from that out of play, they managed to suck her back in. Red Hot Riot is back on the track for NBR, forcing her way through. She is a powerful skater. This in the other NBR games. Last week, Red Hot Riot placed number 10 in Australia for powerlifting.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, so she's pretty fit.
She's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's you wouldn't imagine it looking at her. She kind of she looks too friendly to be a powerlifter.
The big, beautiful long red hair and the big grin on her face. Yeah, but no, she's pretty fit.
Powerlifter. And derby player.
Yep.
All right, so they're a bit further back from the jammer line. Both jammers
Starting back.
A little bit of a run up.
I think that's Nabom for NBR. We'll find out in a minute. It is.
I think it might be Ophelia Terra for. No, that's
Johnston. Yep.
For Perth. And getting pinballed around. Finds an inside line.
Nice work, Johnston.
Stays in bounds. That's fantastic. And
Nabom being forced to yield on the outside. She's not happy. While Johnston's coming around for her scoring pass.
So first scoring pass, just like absolutely running away with Carnivore. Just you're going to help me get through here now. Whoa. Bloody Lace is trying to slow her down, and Nabom now with the star in her hand. Bloody Lace is setting up as pivot.
To take it.
It's probably,
she's passed it.
She has passed it, but Bloody Laces was behind the person. Probably not the most
ideal.
Effective.
She wasn't when they went to start, but Perth saw what was happening and got in a good position there.
Oh, that's a big hit on Wheels McCoy.
From Laces, and Laces is sent for a forearm for her efforts, giving Perth another power jam.
And this is, I think, the second scoring pass for Johnston now.
It is, yeah.
She was recycled back and captured again, so nice penalty kill in any case for NBR.
And Johnston forced on the inside, but Indigo's been given a penalty for that.
Conga line comes through, clears the inside line. So excellent work there from NBR, managing to keep the points deficit to only 10. I mean, considering we started with a power jam situation with only 29 points.
Oh, NBR are calling an official review now.
Okay.
So we'll
And I would say, considering the communication that's coming from the bin, I would hazard a guess that this is in relation to the call to Bloody Laces, who is now acting as the jammer for NBR, so to avoid the power start. I think they're wanting to review the forearms call that was made.
Okay.
But hopefully one of our fantastic skating officials will come over and let us know.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
They might not.
They might not.
We'll see.
But I guess we can always judge it by if Bloody Laces is released.
It's probably that, but it could also be that hit Indigo placed on the Perth jammer. Couldn't really see it from here. I saw Indy hit her into the inside, but then she was called for it. Didn't see what it was because we're right on the other side of the track. But I'm going to go with yours. I'm going to guess it's Laces. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
All right, another quick shout out to a sponsor while we wait, because the refs have to confer once XL, the alternate from NBR, has finished making her... Okay. Sponsors, Adelaide Showground is our platinum sponsor, and this is our fabulous venue, 5 tracks. We got to thank them for having us here every 2 years, and should just mention that they've put in a bid to host the Women's Flat Track Roller Derby Cup here in 2017.
How awesome!
I know, how exciting would that be?
No, not having to go over to America.
Uh-huh.
Not that we don't love America, we love going there, but it's very expensive for some of our skaters.
And we could come here 3 years in a row then. TGSS, World Cup, TGSS, bam.
Fantastic.
Yes. And Rydell, who have naming rights to the Wavell Track 1 penalty box, so you'll hear that called when you're listening to a game on Track 1. So Rydell, for over 70 years, have been the innovative leader in roller skating industry. Rydell skates, unmatched quality, unmatched performance.
We've got some familiar faces in the crowd. An old Perth roller derby skater in Mary Fagdalen, now with VRDL.
Yes, she's with you, yes.
She's supporting. Some love from the officials as well, fixing up the track. It's obviously a very important discussion that's happening between the officials. They're really nutting out. I was involved in an official review earlier today, and just lots of discussion. It's great to see the zebra huddles. They always confer very lengthily and making sure that passing on to skaters is accurate and encompassing all points of view.
Absolutely. Yes, I've just started doing a bit of refereeing myself, and it's not easy. Oh, here we go. We're going to find out now what's happening.
Okay, thank you very much, Arsenal. Probably a familiar face for your NBR folks, or Craig, rather.
Craig.
Official name. I still call him Arsenal. You probably don't like that, but anyway, that's not good. So yes, it was the call. So they were reviewing the call on number 2, Bloody Laces, in the previous jam for the forearms. So the call will stand, and Bloody Laces will serve her penalty, as she is currently doing. Meanwhile, we've got...
number 4, Valentine.
Absolutely.
For Perth is lead jammer.
Jamming unopposed. And a goat, obviously taking the tactic of goat party, but number 360, Britney Spear tackle, nice work, holding the inside line and making Valentine go to the outside, so clever work there, even as a goat.
Meanwhile, Laces is back on the track and on her scoring pass now for NBR.
That's it. So quick call off. Whoa! And Valentine almost sliding the crowd.
Meanwhile, Laces picked up 2 points along with Valentine's 2 points. Nice work, NBR.
Absolutely. A chant from some familiar faces in the crowd for PRD.
And that is Overdressed Pete and Barbie with the Perth cheer squad over there.
That's it. And on the jammer line now on
multiplayer block called on NBR's 480 Indigo Fury.
jamming for Perth Roller Derby.
Up against Anti-Chrysler for NBR.
And pack advantage currently to PRD, and they're solidly moving around the track and covering those outside edges. But nice work there from... Oh, I missed it. I think it was Ginger Paws maybe who created that outside line.
It was.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see it now. That bright red helmet. Nice work.
Meanwhile, Anti-Chrysler still struggling to get through for NBR. Perth are just too solid, forcing her on the outside there, making her yield quite a fair way back.
Absolutely. You've got Wheels McCoy and Holy Smackerel just laying into her, making life really challenging, as well as Lieb, who kind of is floating between offense and defense really effectively. 5 points in the sky.
Yeah, for the fatality. She finally got through Ginger. Ginger forced her out twice there. And Anti-Chrysler still not able to get past Perth at the front.
Round again for another scoring pass. So nice work there from NBR, really containing her for as long as possible. Indy now putting on the chase, slowing everyone down. She's got Fatality caught, but Fatality able to sort of swoop around. So that's another 5 points.
NBR block is going back to try and help Anti-Chrysler through. Looks like, almost, not quite. Almost at the last minute. And got sent for an elbows for a trouble.
Okay, so we've still got Anti-Chrysler really struggling.
Yeah.
Have we passed the star?
No.
I think the star is still in the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Sometimes it's really difficult to see because they do it very sneakily and you blink and you miss it sometimes, but you can usually tell if the pivot is now being getting nailed by all the other blockers, then you can usually assume. So 14-point jam there for Fatality, so nice work.
So it's taken Perth up to 114 to NBR's 20 points when we're halfway through this first half. We've got Elizabeth Helmy jamming for NBR. And she's up against Ophelia Terra. Ophelia's at the front. We've got a last few blocks. Oh, she pushes Beastie to the ground. She's just got to get past Lucas, and there she is. She's lead. And the NBR blockers go back to try and...
Great recycling there from the Perth blockers, just like mushing their way around, ignoring the offense coming in, trying to make it easier. And Ophelia Terra just cutting laps at this stage. Elizabeth Hurley really struggling up against the Wheels McCoy and Thorsons of that world. Oh,
big hit on Elizabeth Helmy just as she thought she was clear.
And also Wood up front being that brace. Recycling again, Elizabeth Helmy engaging that free wall. One from NBR
trying to help her.
Assistance.
Oh, but she's cut.
And she just steps that foot
she did.
out. And Wheels McCoy not taking an inch. She got rid of Lucas to create a goat party at the back. Lucas stepping. Goat party.
I like that.
There's that goat party. Pack is now back. And those blockers go out of play. Lucas not realizing what's going on. She doesn't want to be the goat.
Yeah,
on the outside.
she just nodded at I'm going to stay here. You guys are going to handle it.
Absolutely. In some instances, there would be some teams would be like, okay, cool, we'll just grab a new one. If you're not going to play with us.
We'll get someone else.
All right, 20 points in that jam for Ophelia Terra. Nice work in all. And yeah, I think it means that we've got a power start for Johnston.
I've just called a team timeout.
Just to break the momentum.
Absolutely.
For Perth, they're kind of running away with this score on 134 and 20 for NBR. And being that they lost their official review for this period, they chose to sort of take that team timeout to reset.
And we can see right in front of us the NBR team there. XL, captain, or alternate in this instance. Just talking to the players about what she wants to do. Very experienced player, XL. She's a coach and skater at NBR, and she's also a ref now as well. And she's been playing derby since it started in Australia, so very experienced.
As far as I understood it, she was in the Brisbane roller derbies.
She's been, I think, in pretty every Brisbane team, every league. She's been in at some point. Yes.
Every league.
Owner of Skate Salvage Shop for a while there.
Yeah. Her and Ace
Vegas, who now has Better Bearings.
That's it. Nasty
Nasty.
Nasty.
Shout out to Ace and Nasty. Hello, ladies.
Okay, and it looks like Peacock wearing the pivot panty and just clearing that inside line beautifully for Johnston.
Yeah, nice work there by Perth.
Oh. It was great. They caught that. They managed to capture that inside line. Peacock with a foot on the line, so having advantage now. And XL trying to run the clock, just outrun Johnston.
Elizabeth Helmy back on the track for NBR. Not on her scoring pass yet though, so got to get through that pack.
And it's a hard pack to get through.
Absolutely.
She's got holy smackerel rather. What looks like
oh no.
Peacock.
And Elizabeth Helmy's back to the bin. Forearms, it is. So
Johnston, meanwhile, just cutting laps again. Oh, that looked like it hurt. Bloody Laces recovers. Johnston a little bit gingerly making her way up. Tentative. And being drawn back. All the way back. That was a break in momentum that was sorely needed by NBR. So nice work there from Laces and tries again.
But misses that time.
So great footwork there from Johnston. So 3 of 5 now coming through. Meanwhile, Perth resetting in a 3-1. Carnivore coming in for a bit of offense at the front, trying to create those gaps. Meanwhile, leaving the 3-wall at the back.
Elizabeth Helmy back on. She's taken the panty off though.
Couple of stumbles. I think a whistle.
Quite a few.
Wheels McCoy being sent for a low block penalty. Massive hit on the inside. I think that might have been
on
either XL or Marilyn Munro.
Wow, there was a lot of action in that one. A lot of bodies flying.
It was for an 18-point jam. Lots of momentum and stuff happening there for Johnston, but unfortunately, Elizabeth Hurley unable to capitalise on getting through.
Okay.
And another familiar face standing and watching for NBR. Christy Demons in the corner saying hello.
And Red Hot Riot is through as lead for NBR. Looking pretty happy about it too.
And Power Jam to Red Hot Riot with... I missed that call.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
That happened real quick. Blink and you miss it.
Well, I was watching Red hit the pack at the back for her scoring pass, and she's throwing points. Very much needed by NBR.
And capturing go Wheels McCoy smashing through and resetting in a three wall with Lieb and
very hard to see from over here.
Yes, it is very hard to see. And Wood, usually Wood. Must remember, Wood always generally wears really fancy pants.
Okay, we'll remember that one. Fancy pants.
Red Hot Riot coming up against Wood now, and in a partnership with Wheels. And yes, Valentine through on her initial pass. Puts the pressure on Red, and
Red calls it off.
Calls it.
She wasn't looking very happy there, Red. She couldn't get through. She was shouting out to her teammates to come and help her, but then saw Perth's jammer back on the track and called it.
Kill for Perth there, keeping it just to a 10-point deficit for the Power Jam.
Absolutely.
Notice that both teams, once they're set, they kind of, once they've captured that jammer and they slow everything able to cover the track very effectively, but as soon as it starts speeding up and getting away from them, it kind of, everyone loses their head a little bit. But looks like both teams now finding form, finding their legs. Big hit on the outside of Fatality. Jammer for Perth in this one, getting drawn all the way back.
Nabom struggling to get through for NBR.
Oh. Hit on the inside. Fatality swinging around on the out. She's Asley Jammer. Nabom now with the star in her hand. But no pivot on the track at the moment, so I think Perth would be clocking onto that.
Another 5 points for Perth, while Nay is struggling to get through. Fatality's just cruising around there.
That's it. Second scoring pass for Fatality. And multiplayer block being assessed to
Pivot Monroe back on the track, though, for NBR.
Oh, big hit there from Marilyn Monroe, returning from the penalty box on Lieb. And Nabom still with the star, yes.
She is. I think Monroe is so busy trying to make a hole there for her that she's not realised that she could grab that panty off her.
Fatality just sailing through.
Sailing through.
Untouched. That's 4 scoring passes now coming up. This is.
I think Monroe might have the panty now. Hard to see from here.
Being drawn back by Wheels McCoy and Holly Smackerel. Everybody's getting backwards though. Fatality resets in front of her skater. And she's through around Ginger on the outside. Another 5 in the sky.
Full 2 minutes there.
Absolutely. That's something for endurance there, folks.
Absolutely.
So bringing PRD's score up to 177, 25-point jam there for Fatality. Nice work. And Northern Brisbane Rollers 30. So 6 and a bit minutes left in this.
NBR starting with one player in the bin there. So they're 1 down.
And Ophelia Terra jamming for Perth Roller Derby.
Up against Anti-Chrysler for NBR.
Oh, left wide open. Bit hard when you've only got 3 on 4.
Yeah.
And the pack advantage currently to Perth. But as soon as I said that, a Perth skater onto the penalty box, Prescription Mint.
Followed by an NBR skater, Lucas, onto the bin as well.
And Antichrist is still really struggling. She's coming up against the back of number 25, Lieb. She's just absolutely everywhere. It's like Lieb or Wood or one of those guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're strong.
Oh, big hit there from Laces on the outside, drawing her all the way back with Nabon, now blocking. And Indigo through.
Yes, that is Indy. And Nay and Laces together there.
And Anti-Chrysler still just struggling to make her way around. Takes a step out, but recycles correctly and legally. That's Prescription Mint and Lucas returning to the track.
So a full complement of skaters back on the track now. Empty penalty bin.
This is a tough fought scoring pass for Ophelia Terra. Absolutely. They're not making it easier for her.
No.
And I think she's deciding
to
just
have a do-over.
Yeah,
hey? Let's have a do-over.
Let's just reset. So a 4-point pass. God, that was a lot of effort for 4 points. I think there was maybe about 30 seconds remaining on the clock on that last one.
Yep.
And so absolutely solid defensively from NBR in that last one.
Both teams.
Absolutely.
Just under 5 minutes left in this half. Empty bin. Elizabeth Helmy back jamming for NBR.
And Johnston around the outside, just a bit line even was a remote idea. She is through for lead jammer. And
she's
star pass now. Whoa, and shut down. And yeah, so successful star pass. Now to
Brittany Spear tackle, number 360 from NBR, getting hit on the outside line, stumbling on her way in, while Johnston goes on the inside. All 5 points.
It's a real tough call to, that star pass really does need to be.
Brittany's through though. There you go.
Well done.
It's always the way as you're commenting on something. Bam, there she goes.
Because sometimes it's a big gamble because you're giving the jammer panning to someone who doesn't necessarily always train as a jammer. But Brittany Spear tackle, nice work. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Through and able to put the pressure.
Brittany Spear tackle, another strong player for NBR. She does jam, and this is her fourth TGSS as well.
Kidding.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's fantastic. Well, I shall eat my words.
She doesn't jam a lot, but she does jam, and she's a very strong player.
But absolutely, that's what it's all about. If you're not lead, you get out and you put the pressure on that lead jammer to get away, which she definitely did in that instance. Work and drawing the track cut on
Valentine.
So
that was Indigo who drew that and was very happy about that one too. Little dancer.
Red Hot Riot, meanwhile, has the track to herself for at least 30 seconds, looking pretty chuffed with herself as well.
She is.
She's also got pack advantage against Lieb, Wood, and Thorson. That's a tough one to come up against. She's got Wood and Thorson. That was a close
that's unfortunate.
call. They were almost out of play, but called just after they actually initiated the block. So Valentine. They were safe to bring her back.
Ooh.
Oh, big hit. Valentine taking a bit of a stumble. And it looks as though Red Hot Riot calling it off.
Bit of confusion out there, but yes, she did.
After 5 points, rather. She did get that jam at that point. I'm not sure what that happened there.
I don't think you're the only one.
That was stop playing now.
That happened over on track 2 on the previous game I was watching as well.
It's really difficult in this auditorium because
Yeah.
there's so many games going on simultaneously. I mean, we're spread over 5 tracks, 4 in this particular pavilion, and yes, when there's
nice.
whistles going on, so that was
Fatality. Nice little hop on the inside line to take lead. Oh, and she's got a power jam.
cutting the track penalty. Bloody Laces, so Fatality dancing around on the inside, very fancily obtaining her 5 points. Meanwhile, Laces now sitting in the penalty box, so Jam has 130 minutes left to go basically. Ophelia making her way on the outside, hit out by
Meouch, which was some nice work by her. She was the goat at the back there and managed to scoot on through the inside with Fatality and knocked her out by Meouch.
And Bloody Lace is standing in the penalty box now, so she's got at least 10 seconds to make her way around before she can be released. So she's coming back on now. Fatality, meanwhile, just managing to hold her footing. She got a little bit of a bump and almost lost momentum. Excel puts on chase and resets back. Meanwhile, Bloody Lace is coming up against a pretty familiar 3-wall. We've got Holly Smackerel and was Peacock initially, but now resetting in a duo.
Fatality through for another full 5 points though, meanwhile.
Cutting the track penalty and being assessed to Wheels McCoy, captain, heading to the penalty box. Sorry, Holly Smackerel is the captain. I don't know why I always mess up Perth. And a bit of a discussion happened. And her bench coach, they're choosing to run the clock. They have the significant point difference at this stage, so aiming to get Wheels out of the bin. Bloody Laces makes easy work of that scoring pass, but Fatality not able to sneak past any at the tail end there.
And that's half time.
That is half time. 24 points in that jam. Fatality. They all look the same sometimes. It's day 2, and we've got so much more to go.
That's
much more great Southern Slam.
Absolutely.
Dancing Queen.
So
It's
much.
Fantastic. And so is it a palindrome? Not quite a palindrome, but pretty close. 224, 244, 42 on the scoreboard right now, but 224 PRD and Northern Brisbane Rollers on 42.
All right, we'll take a quick break and be back in 14 minutes.
Thank you.
The Arius Platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck with split cushion design for easy assembly and installation. The new Arius Platinum, performance redefined.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just 1, but 2 armbands. That's 1 for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
The Clinic, Adelaide's skate and streetwear specialist, stocking a huge range of skateboards, longboards and cruisers, as well as scooters, streetwear and footwear, plus roller skates, inline skates and Heelys. The Clinic, 20 Curry Street in the city, open 7 days, or shop with us online.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
A game between Perth Roller Derby and Northern Brisbane Rollers. We'd also like to do a quick shout out, would we not?
We would. We have been informed that the delightful Snarls Dickens, which you can see in the middle of our track with the long black hair and the shiny red shoes, it is her 100th game today as an NSO.
Congratulations. That's
Yes, congratulations, Snarls. And I'm sure everyone from Blue Mountains Roller Derby is cheering for you.
If they're watching. It's a great qualifying
Why
game
aren't you
to watch
watching?
it.
It's Derby. Come on.
Absolutely.
All right, we got the players on the track ready to start. 12 seconds until the whistle gets called, unless head ref says otherwise.
And there's some NBRs happening for NBR, and then some black and blue, for Perth.
I like a huh rather than a woo. I'm not a woo girl personally, but you know.
You're not a woo girl?
I'm not a woo girl.
Surprising. You've got such woo
Do I look like a woo girl? I do.
stuff.
I think it stems back to skating days and when I was an untouchable and the Dynamite Dolls were the woo girls in our league. We weren't the woo girls. Back when I skated with Christy Demons, I'll just throw that in, you know.
All right, we've got
Okay, we're on.
Valentine jamming for Perth Roller Derby, and
She's through for lead. It is Auntie following her through. Nice.
So good pressure from Antichrist, just trying to catch up to Valentine, and Goat Party at the back. Quick points being assessed. Oh. And a
Cut's being called on Valentine.
So quick turn of events for Antichrist, able to make her way around and now on a scoring pass.
And Raspberry Bullet, the benchy for NBR, signalling that you're on a power jam. So Auntie knows, her team knows, so they're trying holes for her to get through.
Wheels McCoy sending Antichrist out, and XL trying to clear Wheels McCoy out of the way, but Wheels McCoy is onto it already. And Holly Smackerel now offering a little bit of resistance.
Oh dear.
Drawing the track card, bit of confusion on the outside. Antichrist trying to make her way off the track, and Valentine returning to the track simultaneously, and Goat Party at the back. They've got XL.
Oh, nice big hit by XL there.
I was so close to being snuck through, but Valentine just lost momentum and had to reset, but she reset legally behind XL. Solid three-wall at the back there.
Yeah,
With, Brittany spear tackle and Marilyn Monroe. And great recycling by Valentine.
Yeah, nice little circle around there.
And Jam comes to its natural conclusion, as we didn't have a lead at Jammer. We had one, but then we lost it, and we didn't get it back again.
NBR line. Don't see that very often. Trying to make the most of the fact that Perth have a power jam here, so they're going to drag it out for as long as they can.
And taking off initially, Johnston hitting the pack now. Antichrist
back on.
Has got two to beat, and she's through real quick. That work. Meanwhile, Johnston furiously.
Yeah, some nice footwork by Johnston there. And yeah, Antichrist hot on her tail though.
Oh, clearing the inside line beautifully and choosing to run the clock, getting Wheels McCoy out. Big hit from Wood, sending Antichrist out. Oh, and that's the call off. 3 points there to Antichrist, full scoring pass. They've switched the scores around on us, Dancing Queen.
They have.
Not sure why they did that, but anyway, Perth Roller Derby sitting out on 238, 49 points to North Brisbane City Rollers. My goodness gracious.
Hey, look, you know, there might be a North Brisbane City Rollers one day. Let's face it, we've had a United Brisbane Roller Derby, you know, who can say? All right, we've got Helmy, Elizabeth Helmy, number 74, jamming for NBR, forced to yield on the outside there.
I think that's affiliate. No.
It's 112.
Fatality. My goodness. We'll get there eventually, folks, I promise. Fatality really struggling. Solid defense there from NBR, but open.
Helmy through for lead. There's that grin that she's lead.
Absolutely.
She lost it for a while there, that grin.
Oh, great Goat Party offense there from NBR. Now rushing to protect their points. 3 points.
Good girl.
To NBR. Hard-earned 3 points. Nabom pretty happy. Pretty spear tackle, rather. Pretty happy.
They're all looking pretty happy with that one. And so they should.
And Ophelia Terra now stepping up on the jammer line for Perth, and Red Hot Riot.
Red Hot Riot, it is.
You can tell from that iconic red hair.
Indeed. And she starts back a lot as well. And she has a little red on her knee pads and shoes.
That she does. Hitting a massive three-wall of Thorson, Lieb, and Wood maintaining pack and drawing the Red Hot back, but Ophelia Terra does have Lieb, but recycled really well by Indigo Fury.
Yeah.
Great tornado blocking from her.
Absolutely. Indy held her for quite a while.
Thorson just laying into Red Hot Riot. She's really trying to find some kind of avenue to make her way through. Spies and opening on the inside, unable to capture. Up down by Wood. My goodness. Ophelia Terra, meanwhile, just big tumble on the inside line. Bodies flying everywhere. Everyone's skating backwards now. Ophelia Terra just taking a bit of a moment to reset, catch her breath, and assess the situation.
She's got Ginger Paws, Heartless Hussy, and Seamstress holding her at the back there.
And Lieb successfully drawing the track cut.
On Indigo, who had taken the star off Red, which means we have a power jam for Perth Roller Derby.
Second scoring pass now. So that was a hard-fought hard-fought pass for Ophelia Terra. Like Northern Brisbane, despite the fact that, not getting out initially, but they're doing fantastically defensively, shrugging off offense as they come. And big hit from Ginger on Ophelia Terra. And resets legally. Ginger into her. Ophelia Terra, I think, getting a little bit frustrated.
Oh, nice work by Ginger at the front.
Ginger at the front again. Massive hits. Looks like she's...
Indigo's back on for NBR. Struggling, though, to get through.
So only maintaining a 10-point deficit there. NBR, excellent work.
Great defense there.
Ophelia Terra was maybe a little bit taken
She
aback
was getting a bit frustrated there.
by the physicality of some of the blocks that were coming her way. Having to maybe have a quick chat to Snacks on the way through, Stacks rather.
So we've got Laces, number 2 for NBR, jamming against someone quite small. Who's that?
That might be John. No. Oh, someone new.
Oh, I saw her yesterday. Is that Sylvia Nitrate? Oh, I love her.
Wow.
I love her footwork.
She is feisty. It's great. And meanwhile, Bloody Laces now clear on her initial pass. She's got about half a lap and inside line left.
Oh,
that was a big hit.
That was a big hit by Laces.
And it was
Lucas, sorry.
And 1 point there for Laces at the end. 4 though for Sylvia Nitrate. High block being assessed to Carly Lucas.
Well, Carly Lucas is such a tall. Sylvia is so little, and that's what happens, unfortunately.
Tall people problems.
Yeah.
Hashtag tall skater problems. But also hashtag short skater problems. Being hit in the face is not fun.
It's not, no.
No matter what size you are.
Yeah, I called the Perth game yesterday with Johnny Smash, and they brought Sylvia Nitrate out in the second half of that game as well.
Okay.
So, as I said to Johnny, it's like a little Manchester United super sub thing going on where they save to come out and upset everyone with, I haven't seen you before.
Yeah.
So, and it works.
What's going on here? All right, Nabom, though, out in front for lead for NBR. Ballantyne still struggling at the back of the pack with Indigo Fury and Ginger really laying into her, holding on to as long as possible. And great recycling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice waterfalling there.
Just dancing around, containing as long as possible. Oh, Carly Lucas coming in, just Prescription Mint. I don't think Prescription Mint was ready for that.
No, I don't think she saw it coming. Oh dear, Nabom's in the bin for NBR, giving Perth a power jam.
Oh, Ginger and Lucas both backwards blocking, containing Ballantyne for as long as possible. And out of play, so Ballantyne can move and run away. Nabom still sitting in the penalty box at the moment. Carly and just laying people out.
Yeah. Ginger and Indy taking Ballantyne out there, forcing her to yield a good quarter of the track.
Nabom returning to the track momentarily.
Yeah, some good containment by NBR.
Absolutely. I mean, this is only the second scoring pass, I believe, for PRD, and they're not making it for Valentine. She's really... and enters legally through on another scoring pass. So 5 points there for her. Those are hard-fought 5 points. Carly Lucas coming in, clearing that inside line for Nay, who's able to dance around. Thorson and Wood make chase. 5 points there for Naybom. Whoa, that was a lot of a very small scoring jam.
Absolutely.
9 points out in front Perth for that jam, and 5 points go to Naybom. So bringing Northern Brisbane Rollers up to 58 points, Perth on 261 in total.
So we have a full complement of skaters on the track for this jam.
And looks like Johnston jamming for PRD. Ooh, own team.
Yes.
Unfortunate, but not illegal. Oh, big hit from Bloody Laces.
But Johnston's through and struggling at the back after being taken out by her own player. Strung out Sincerest on the line. Oh!
Great coverage there from Bloody Laces.
Yeah.
I think she predicted that maybe an apex jump.
She thought,
clear it off. But Johnson tap dancing around the outside. She's through. Big hit on the outside from 302. That is Carnivore. Carnivore also has very fancy pants, so I'm getting a bit confused between her
too many fancy
and
pants
Wood.
Perth players.
So many fancy pants. Johnson, meanwhile, cutting laps, second.
Racking them up.
Now, coming round for her third. And lapping Anti-Chrysler. Clean pass. Another 5 in the sky for her. Anti-Chrysler
has stashed the panty and given it to Laces.
Who barrels through. Carnivore did not saw it coming, predicted it, but couldn't do anything.
Nothing she could.
Meanwhile, pressure put onto Johnston to call off the jam after a 4-point pass. So still 19 points for that jam.
And NBR are calling a team timeout. Bit of a regroup there. Can see XL, the alternate, telling everyone to take a moment, regroup. But whatever the talk was at halftime, NBR seems to be working. Might be a little bit too late. Seem to be coming back in this half a lot stronger.
I think what the score doesn't necessarily reflect the action that's happening out on the track. I think that they're definitely putting in the hard yards defensively. They're resetting really well and recycling exceptionally well. Their recycling is fantastic, and they keep coming back and coming back and coming back, and so they're able to hold that jammer for almost a lap in some instances. But equally PRD, their 3-wall defense is just solid, and recycling backwards rather than continually recycling forwards. Slightly different tactics for both teams, but whatever they're doing is working exceptionally well for them.
I'm just seeing a disturbing sight on the other side of the track. Honest Dave is wearing a wolf onesie. Back to front.
Okay.
So the tail is at the front. That can't be unseen now. I'm sorry, Rexy.
That is a bit distressing, not going to lie. Honest Dave is that kind of distressing individual there.
Yes.
Lieb knocking Marilyn Monroe. Is it Marilyn Monroe?
No, it's Elizabeth Helmy.
Oh, Elizabeth Helmy.
And Marilyn Monroe's here at the front, working with Heartless Hussy and Indigo Fury.
That's it.
And Excel.
112 fatality for PRD jamming.
And Elizabeth almost had it there.
Oh, stays in bounds.
Well done.
Twirls around, but recaptured by...
And she's through.
Whoa.
Some nice footwork there by Helmy.
Great pressure there. Fatality coming around. She's not made her scoring pass just yet, so asking her pack to slow it down as much as possible. Oh! Marilyn Monroe taking the last-ditch effort, and XL her point.
Yeah, and forcing her to call it off because Helmy was coming through at the back ready to score.
That's it.
Okay, we've got Red Hot Riot back on the line for NBR. Up against is that Johnston? Ophelia? Great name.
PRD. And 4-3 pack advantage currently to NBR. And Red Hot Riot. Tight pack. No
lots
one
of
is
pushing.
making any avenues here. Inside line cleared open by Holly Smackerel.
She goes.
Oh, great offense there. And Wheels McCoy and Peacock drawing Red Hot Riot back. Meanwhile, Holly Smackerel able to contain that pack.
Stepping through there.
Just glances. Glances to the inside line.
Red Hot Riot's taken the star off her head. Beastie's at the front there, hoping to grab it.
Ophelia Terra.
Racking up. Yep, 5 in the sky.
5 in the sky, that's it. She was just kind of communicating to her bench going, one more? Should I do one more? Oh yeah, here we go, one more.
One more. Beastie's through now with the putting the star.
Oh.
She knew.
Yeah.
Red was up and on her way to the bin before the ref could tell her to go.
Low block call assessed to Red Hot Riot. And Ophelia Terra calls it off just in time. Ref was halfway through calling the penalty, so couldn't call off the jam because assessing the penalty, then calling off the jam. Oh, guys, Sylvia Nitrate back on
She's
the
back.
jam line for PRD and looks
Anti
like
Chrysler.
That's right. And Sylvia Nitrate.
Not sure what to do there because the ref has called a false start on her, so her wheels were obviously over the line when the whistle blew. Bench was calling at her to yield.
Oh, she's just like, if you look at that size comparison,
Especially to her and Laces, absolutely. And even Lucas and Indy, who are two very tall girls. Oh!
Through for lead, but just takes a stumble and recycles again. That's fabulous. I love it. She's just like right in the guts of those skaters.
She's all over the place. She's great to watch.
This is legal target zone, really. You know, right in the stomach, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Meanwhile, Anti Chrysler being recycled by Thorson and Lieb. Star in hand now. Laces setting herself up, but Wood ready to.
Indigo Fury forcing Sylvia to yield on the inside, and her and Lucas doing a good job. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, great footwork there, just cutting to the inside, but cutting the track penalty now being assessed to Sylvia Nitrate, so she's heading off to the bin, and Star has been passed to Bloody Laces, who's now aiming to try and make her way through for her initial pass. So that was the first scoring pass for Sylvia.
That's right.
I didn't see when she sat down, but I would say we don't have quite enough time in the jam clock for her to be released. So
No.
means NBR will start with a power start. And and looked good for Bloody Laces, but 4 points being assessed there, and for Sylvia Nitrate. And a black and blue PRD at hitting the 300 mark for them. That got away with them. That's fantastic. 62 points though still for Northern Brisbane Rollers. And they're Neighbour jamming for
NBR. Sylvia's back on.
Back on track though. Oh, some stumbles happening. Not really sure what happened there. Naybomb sent to the inside, and Wills McCoy drawing the track cut, and Naybomb having to skate the long way around. Sylvia Nitrate now on a power jam and with lead. That was a quick turn of events.
Absolutely.
Queen.
NBR's been.
And calls it off after obtaining one scoring pass. Sylvia Nitrate. I think we may have had a foul out.
Yeah, the refs are conferring over there. I'm trying
We
to
didn't
see.
really do our job at halftime
And
to
check. We didn't, did
We
we?
didn't check stats or anything. We're terrible. Sorry, folks at home. We'll do it next time, we promise.
No, I don't think it's, no, it doesn't look like a foul out. It was just some conferring by the refs there. I think because so many people were going to the bin so quickly, they're all just checking that we're all
Clearing the
good.
inside line. Lieb making life easier for Ballantyne, who's clear on her initial pass with lead and on a power start as well.
And she's only got Indigo Fury and Ginger there. I say only. They're out like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And 5 in the sky for Ballantyne.
As Indigo goes to the bin and Hussey comes out.
And
Nabomb's back on. Monroe's back on.
Nice. And
Ginger not making it easy for Ballantyne there.
that's it. Being assessed a failure to reform, dashing away off the track.
Very
I'm
cute.
going, I'm sorry. And Ballantyne sailing through the inside and Nabom unable to make the initial. So 15-point jam, nothing to be sniffed at. 320 points there for PRD and 62 for NBR.
Elizabeth Helmy ready to go. First person out there starting. She's only got Lucas and Beastie to help her. Full complement of Perth skaters. Indigo Fury is stood ready to return to the track though.
And Johnson first off the mark.
Oh.
On the outside. Oh, big hit. Oh, great chase there from
Beastie. Britney Spear tackle.
And
Big hit there from Lucas on number 302. Carnivore. Helmy's through. She's not lead. But she's
good
about to
pressure so
score.
far. Johnston
Oh.
pulling it off. Ginger just released in the box. So 4 points there and great pressure from Nabom to mean that Ballantyne, or Johnson rather, calling it off
Johnston.
early. Got Fatality jamming for PRD and Red Hot Riot for NBR. And taking a little bit of a run up.
Yeah, she does that a bit,
Red Hot Riot, yep. So we've got Fatality struggling against her 3-wall. She's getting a little bit of offensive assistance from Prescription Mint. Oh, Red Hot Riot scooting around Lieb, but Lieb manages to knock her out, stays in bound. Meanwhile, Bloody Lace is also coming back
With a big hit there on Fatality.
Red Hot Riot resetting and hitting the front of the pack again.
And just pushing her way.
Great frontal blocking from Thorson at the front, but she was out of play. Just, it was fantastic.
Raspberry Bullet to benching for NBR, letting Red Hot Riot know A, she's lead, and B, Perth aren't through yet. They are now.
And Fatality making her way around, putting on the pressure. Wood released from the penalty box just at the last moment there. 4 points
For
to Red
NBR.
Hot Riot. Nice work. And brings their total up to 66 and 324 for PRD. So we also didn't do our job on scores of other games.
Stop saying we're not doing a job. We're doing a great job.
We're doing a great job. You could do our job. You don't
That's
know.
right.
No. But there are 2 qualifying games going on simultaneous to this for Division 1. We're yet to find out the results of those. But we'll keep you posted, hopefully, as we go along.
Okay, Ophelia Terra has taken lead for Perth. There's some fancy footwork there on the inside line. Stumbled, but recovered quickly and is now on her scoring pass.
Oh, holy smackerel, just coming in barreling clear some holes for Ophelia Terror, making her life a little bit easier. Meanwhile, Antichrist still really struggling at the back there. She's got Peacock and
Lucas coming in to help her.
yeah, Wheels McCoy, as well as Thorson, I believe, who's frontal blocking. I can't see her number, but I'm pretty sure that's her, just laying into her.
Oh,
And
cut track on Indigo Fury.
Ophelia Terra getting her points and calling it off.
Only 6 minutes left in this game. So I'm going to say I think it's pretty confident that Perth
I'd say so.
are going to finish top of this pool.
This particular pool. So this is the qualifying game for pool
4, I think.
4.
I think so. Let's just check
Let's
that.
just check our structure. Yeah, pool 4. So taking out Varsity, Derby League, and NBR.
Yep.
Not yet confirmed.
No.
Unless there's some strange administrative error that we're unaware of. But still, it really hasn't the score on the board hasn't reflected the energy and enthusiasm to which people have been blocking from NBR.
And Nabomb's going for a cut for NBR, which means a power jam for Perth and Ballantyne.
Making for scoring past a light NBR pack, and Woods and Thorson working really hard at the back to try and hold that goat and make life a little bit easier for her. Lieb now clearing the inside line. Just excellent recycling and plugging from the NBR skaters. Just,
Absolutely.
You know, they might not necessarily hold her, but they just keep going, keep hitting that physicality that Perth is kind of getting a little bit, and that especially, you know, with less than 5 minutes left in the game, it's tiring.
It is.
All of these skaters have already played at least 2 games.
Yes.
Yesterday, and today? No, just yesterday.
No, so Perth only played 1 game yesterday against Varsity. NBR played... No.
Anyway, people play lots of games. Now through for Lee Jammer just before turn 3.
Yes, Varsity played 2 games yesterday against both Perth and NBR. And then the third game in this is today. So NBR's second game and Perth's second game.
Oh, shut down on the inside line by Brittany's spear tackle. That's fantastic. Johnston recovering and resetting. Nabom now with a star in her hand. Shut down and recycled back. She's got Wheels McCoy and 302 Carnivore helping her out, trying to contain as long as possible, but she's through now on her initial pass. Thorson, meanwhile, penalty box is clear for PRD. She's got some points, and let's call it off. So
absolutely.
And Nabom able to put the pressure on a little bit.
Elizabeth Helmy for NBR on the line. Who've we got?
Can't see QED is right in the way. That's fatality.
It is fatality.
For PRD.
Taking the inside line. Ginger just stops her there.
Oh, just absolutely. There, not giving her an inch. Lieb knocking
Elizabeth Helmy outside.
Yep, and fatality. So
Heartless Hussey 089 from BR getting called for a multiplayer block.
Oh, just smashing into that wall, able to just narrowly dodge a hit from Prescription Mint. That just wiped one's brow. Sigh of imagine. Fatality getting her 4 and calling it off. Great pressure there from Elizabeth Helmy.
Looking happy about it too, so she should. No points, but some great play. Just under 2 minutes left. 1, possibly 2 more jams to go. NBR still have Heartless Hussy in the bin. Full complement of Perth players. Red Hot Riot on.
And Ophelia Terra
Ophelia.
for PRD on the jammer line. And a little bit of jammer defense happening. Red Hot Riot smashing away, trying to find an avenue on the inside. Takes a stumble, but resets behind Carnivore and Peacock. Oh, massive hit from Holly Smackerel. Wheels McCoy now resetting and capturing again. That's so tough. My goodness gracious, look at that 3-wall.
I know.
Just working so hard.
Oh, great. They're so strong.
Oh, my goodness. And then there's that outside hit from Peacock. And Red Hot Riot choosing to
Just wait.
Yeah, maybe get a little bit of a run up, see what Ophelia Terra is up to.
Ophelia
Into Holly Smackerel.
Ophelia's struggling to get past Seamstress, and now Lucas.
Absolutely, we're a minute 11 down in this in this jam, and still no lead jammer. We're now past turn 2.
Neither jammer team's defense.
My goodness, just grinding defense from both teams. Solid work at this last moment. I think we're clear that
this is it.
This is going to be the last jam. Ophelia
and she's through.
Just manages to sneak away. And Star Pass, yes, confirmed to Lucas as the pivot. And Ophelia Terra, 7 seconds left, trying to make her way through for a scoring pass now.
Oh, struggling to get past.
So struggling with that real. Just how does one penetrate the Carnivores and Peacocks of the world? But that is that. 4 points.
That's it.
That last bit for Ophelia Terra, bringing their final score up to 352 and 66 for NBR. Oh, I shouldn't say final, but unofficial.
Unofficial.
Chances are that's probably what it's going to be.
I'm going to say Perth have won.
I'm pretty confident there's that final whistle that we're all been waiting for. So
great
excellent
game.
work. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, as I said, didn't enthusiasm and excellent. So NBR able to find their legs so many times in that game and solidly hold on to and put that pressure on PRD, never letting it get too crazy or let them get a runaway with too many points during those power jams. So those penalty kills were
some good containment by NBR.
Did fantastically, and PRD just solid 3-wall formation they've got going.
Yeah, so solid.
Yeah, they're very strong. So very much a contender for the rest of the weekend.
Absolutely.
We will see them more than likely in a battle against the winner of
Pool 5.
So it is the winner of Pool 4 against the winner of Pool 5. You're quite right. I don't think that has been confirmed who that might be.
No.
As that game is happening right now, but I'm sure if you go to the greatsouthern.slam.com, there will be more information available to you to find out the next lineups. But I think for NBR, that's it this weekend. So
they're done.
Have a fantastic time.
Have a beer or two. Watch some great derby.
Watch some fantastic derby for the remainder of the TGSS. Dancing Queen, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Rexy. It's been fun.
And we shall see you again soon. Cheers.
We will. Bye-bye.